Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to grow Swedes. Grown in a similar way to turnips and other leafy root vegetables, and they're relatively straightforward to look after. Though they do suffer a little from cabbage white butterfly, and you don't want to let them dry out in hot weather. Our diary starts with the sowing of the Swede seeds. Grab yourself a cell tray and fill it with an all-purpose compost or a sowing mixture. After filling each cell, gently press down into each cell to remove any air holes. Air holes will impact the growth of the plant and will cause the compost to dry out quicker. Then top up with a little extra compost if required. This now needs to be fully saturated with water. Either place this in a large tub, adding water, and then giving this 15 minutes to soak in as much as it can. Or be a little lazier like me and simply water the tray a few times. I'm growing the Brora variety of Swedes this year, and this is what the seeds look like. They look like seeds. To get a good germination rate, sow 2 to 3 seeds per cell. We'll thin out the weakest of the seedlings later. And then carefully put the leftover seeds away, as these will keep for next year. Cover the seeds with a light layer of compost. This will keep the seeds moist for germination. And then lastly, give this another water. Oh, and pop your labels in too. Now this needs to go somewhere warm to germinate. If you have a grow tent like this or a greenhouse, that would be perfect, though a windowsill will work just as well. So moving on to week 2, we can see that some of the seeds have already germinated. Swede seeds will usually germinate within 7 to 10 days. And at the start of week 3, we can see that all cells have at least 2 seedlings poking out the compost. The seedlings are growing on nicely by week 4, but they will start to compete for root space within their cell. This is not ideal as they're all sharing a small amount of water too. We need to thin them down to just 1 healthy seedling per cell. Thinning is the act of reducing down the amount of seedlings that you have growing in an area. And we do this within our cell tray by cutting away the weakest seedling from each cell. So grab yourself a sharp pair of scissors and check each cell one at a time. Now the strongest seedling is not always the largest. Look out for the amount of leaves, the more the better, the thickness of the stem, we want this thick, and how upright it's growing. Cut the others at the base. Don't pull out the seedling because you'll risk damaging the roots of the one that you want to keep. And you should be left with a healthy seedling in each cell. The seedlings have responded well to being thinned. Just make sure to not let the compost dry out. By week 6, the seedlings have a few strong leaves each and are now ready to transplant. Clear your growing area and give it a water. This makes transplanting a little easier as the soil holds together. And using a dibber, stick or a tool handle, poke a hole into the ground for each seedling. The hole should be the same width and depth as the seedling's root ball. I'm also trying out these slug collars for the first time. Slugs and snails are the biggest pest in my garden, and I hope these will keep them at bay while the seedlings are settling in. Using a pencil, poke each seedling out of its cell using the hole in the bottom. and drop it into its hole. Gently press down at the sides. Now you don't have to transplant all your seedlings in one go. If you have limited space, just pick the strongest and discard the rest. I'm splitting my seedlings in 2 places in the garden. You'll want to space these around 20 to 30 centimetres apart. Lastly, give them a good water so the soil is washed around the roots. The collars actually make watering a little easier as they catch the water rather than it just running off the soil surface, which is quite cool. Okay, checking at the start of week 7, the seedlings have settled in well. And the collars seem to have kept the slugs at bay, for now at least. I'll speed through the next 4 weeks for you as not much happens. Make sure to not let the plants dry out in hot weather, and I find giving them a thorough water occasionally is better than a light water more often. Don't worry too much about a few damaged or yellowing leaves, this is just the plant shedding those to grow new stronger ones. Getting to week 13, the plants are now looking really attractive to cabbage white butterfly, which you may see flying around your crops. It's a good idea to get up close with your plants and check under the leaves. You're looking for these small white eggs. When you see them, gently rub them off of the leaf using your thumb, if you have a thumb. By week 14, the plant should have developed some strong, large leaves and will now be putting energy into growing its root. Keep checking the leaves for eggs, and this is a good time to start using a liquid feed once a week, though this is not essential if you haven't got any. And through weeks 15 to 19, the roots are growing larger and will be poking out of the ground. Don't let the soil dry out, and you may need to water every day during very hot periods. The plant should be ready for harvest anywhere from 20 weeks onwards, depending on what kind of weather you had and if they were affected by pests. Harvest them when the root is the size you want it to be. I'm harvesting these relatively early, and the roots could still grow a little more, but I'm hungry now, and these are going straight into a sausage casserole. Harvesting is very straightforward. Grab the foliage of the plant and twist the root out of the ground. Shake off any soil, and that there is a Swede. If you're storing these, cut off the foliage and brush off any soil, like you would with potatoes. They will last for a few months in a cool area. And there you go! I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you've grown Swedes before, please pop your advice in the comments below so we can all benefit from your experience. Do consider subscribing if you haven't already. I upload every week with similar videos, and do let me know if there's something you would like me to grow. And here's a couple of other videos which you may find interesting. Thank you and happy growing!